We are so boned, so we're trying to not be boned. I guess it wouldn't be real if I wasn't showing you the mistakes made along the way. So actually a few nights ago I made a mistake as well, and it was basically the same thing. So I was rolling over that new area with my tractor, and I showed you that soft spot, and I ended up getting my tractor stuck in that soft spot because I thought, you know, we didn't get that much rain. It's really not all that much wetter than it was the night before, so probably should be fine taking the roller through there. And well, of course I got stuck, so had to spend a couple hours figuring out how to get the tractor unstuck. And then there happens to be another very soft spot here on the inside of the grass track. So we're literally just finishing up all of the watering and hitting every single part of the path. And last second, we were just emptying the tank just to finish up for the day and got stuck in that last spot. So basically the lesson learned, just stay the hell away from those areas. So yeah, basically we weren't able to show you the success of getting the truck out, but you know, there's the aftermath, and we got it out. The battery died on the camera, and I didn't deal with running in and getting a new battery or whatever, but yep, got her done. So I don't know how good the watering is doing. Anyways, you know, by the time you finish it all, it's dry, definitely dry where you started, but I'm sure it still helps a little bit. But I don't know, just kind of a lot to do here, and not the best equipment to do it. So yep, I guess on to something else for now. So here are the fruits of this evening's efforts. Decided I better stop procrastinating and try to split some wood and finish up my 2 rows on each side of the RV port. So not gonna stack it right now. It's been a long day. Haven't eaten anything really since I woke up, and it was not much. So just as we were about to finish the watering today, I was kind of thinking like, hey man, it'd be really nice to get some lunch, but then plans changed when I got the truck stuck. So yeah, a little bit of a frustrating day today, but still some good work done, and I'm happy that we pretty quickly figured out the process, the most efficient process for watering the path. So time for a little bit of real talk. In my first 6 months of owning and working on the farm here, honestly, this is the first day that I've really felt kind of overwhelmed or defeated in a way, and just kind of thinking like, have I bit off more than I could chew? Everything else, even with the big brush pile and cleaning that out and all the sawing of logs and everything, like I've been able to manage pretty well. But today just feeling kind of defeated, because I hate to bring money into it, because it just feels like talking about that as an extra stress. You know, buying this place wasn't super cheap, and of course making this path isn't super cheap either. So I'm just kind of worried about my Bermuda grass. It's just not really popping up, and trying to water it enough. I really wasn't ready for showtime when I planned that grass seed, and I was hoping I would get more rain, and I wasn't equipped to start watering it immediately, and frankly didn't have the time to do that either. So balancing this with my normal coaching duties and hosting more meets than we ever have this year at a new outdoor facility, and all 3 conference championships this year, cross country, indoor and outdoor, it's been a little stressful. So you know, this has been taking a lot of my time out here at the farm, but I really want to have this ready for next fall. So it is time sensitive with getting stuff done in time, and so sometimes I feel like I'm not holding up to my coaching duties as well as I should. But yeah, I know I'll get through it. Just a little stressful right here. So yeah, I think I better get something to eat. So I'm gonna call it a day and head inside. long day yesterday, but the only thing you can do is keep chipping away at it. So back up this morning to stack some wood. Alright, I feel better now. Productive morning with the wood. Got caught up on all my stacking with everything I had split, and then also got rid of my little scrap wood pile that wasn't split very well. Threw a lot of that in the big burn pile, so yep, less for me to mow around over here and just looking cleaner. Howdy everybody. So here's how things work around here. Just bought a new hose this morning, 25-foot hose, because the 100-foot hose was, I definitely underestimated how much of a pain that would be to work with. So just loaded up all my stuff in the truck for a watering session, and then what do you know, start getting some sprinkles out here, and it looks like rain is heading this way, even though there was nowhere in the forecast this morning. So just gonna kind of wait a little bit to see if we get a solid amount of rain, or at least enough to just make the soil wet or moist. So yeah, I guess that's okay. It wasn't too much work to load up my stuff in the truck. And this is also how things go. Got my stuff loaded up, started sprinkling, checked the radar, looked like rain was coming straight for us, and it hardly did anything. So just kind of waited out to, it looked like it was still coming for us for another hour and a half or so. It just got nothing, but it's getting a little late into the evening to get started, so unfortunately got nothing done out here. So I'll just have to wait till tomorrow to get started and do some more watering then. So it is the next day, and got a watering session done just a little bit ago, since didn't get that done yesterday due to the anticipation of the rain and then not getting any rain. So needed to get something done today, but shout out Carter Younger, one of my athletes, for helping me out today. So it took us 7 trips and a little over 2.5 hours. So each trip we're going through about 300 gallons. So a little bit over 2,000 gallons of water just to get the path a little bit moist, but it just doesn't feel like we're doing much just because it dries out so quick after spraying it. But I know it's doing something. It just feels like it's there's not much fruit. But the grass is making a little progress. Starting to see definitely the rye has been coming in better where I've planted that, and seeing more areas where the Bermuda is starting to come through. But as I have been, I'm still just nervous about it and not doing a good enough job. So there's just only so much I can do, one man, and with some help here and there. But I'm not available to water all day, every day, which is kind of what I feel like I would need to do the best job I could with this, just because when you water everything, and then by the time you finish up, you probably want to start watering the area where you started again, but just don't have that luxury right now, unfortunately. So, but just banking on hopefully getting some rain soon. Hasn't been treating me too well, but maybe eventually. So anyways, that's it for today. I think I'm gonna split some wood and call it a day. Good morning everybody. Early start to the day today because I want to get this big brush pile behind me burned in plenty of time. So I want to take advantage of the situation because I need a kind of specific wind for this one because it's a pretty big one. So getting an easterly northeast wind is kind of rare around here. So we've got that today, so just need to have that wind to keep it out of some other trees that are somewhat nearby. So yeah, I've got my tank all filled with water, and I'm going to kind of spray the area around it to make it a lot more damp and keep it from spreading as well. And then I'll also have my water pump hooked up to the hose or the pond just in case anything gets out of control, so should be able to keep it pretty well under control. Alright, we're going to give this a shot. I'm a little nervous because this is a pretty big brush pile, bigger than any one I've ever burned before, but I'm also much more prepared for this one with the water pump, and got the tank full of water in the back of my truck just in case needed, so let's get it rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and call that a very successful burn. It's not far from done yet. It's going to be a long time before a lot of those logs are done smoldering and whatnot, but through the bulk of it, through the hottest part of it easily, didn't really spread at all, so yeah, very successful. So now I'm going to let that fire smolder for a little while because it's just way too hot to really push stuff in right now. So I'll clean it up a little bit later, but for now, since I didn't use any of the water in my tank to try to control that fire, since none of it spread, really proud of that, I'm going to go ahead and spray that tank onto my warm-up pad over here. So, you know, it's not super convenient for me to get in and out of the truck to water just the path, but this is a big enough area that I can get a good amount watered, move the truck a little bit, get a good amount watered, and just finish that up. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll figure out something else to do. Next task is to finish mowing. Got most of that done last night, but just ran out of daylight, so all I have left is the front yard. So gonna do that, and then gonna do some weed eating, and then things will be looking pretty neat around here before our end of year team bonfire tomorrow night. Fire's coming along pretty well, so I think it's time to clean some of this up and push it in. In case anyone was wondering what a national champion miler does on his rest day a week out from outdoor nationals, this is it. So it was an extremely productive day at the farm. Got up at 6 and got prepped for burning that brush pile, and that all went very successfully. And so not much left of it, just some bigger logs that maybe weren't in the thick of the fire at the beginning, but just pushed those in with the tractor, and now hopefully just get rid of as much of that as I can. And then finished up some mowing that I didn't get done last night. Weed-eated around the whole east side of the pond, so plenty of room for people to fish tomorrow when we have our end of year team gathering. And then ended up the day with finishing up with another round of watering with Dylan. So a lot of good work done out here today, and I think that's going to be where I call it for this video. So on the next one, I'm sure we're going to be continuing to try to get this grass to grow. So I'll see you in the next one.